All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about unlocking some skills. Skills so powerful, they're basically superpowers. We're talking about the ability to persuade, to truly understand, and to create with just your words.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. English class? Ugh, isn't that just a bunch of boring, dusty old rules about commas and spelling? But what if I told you that's just a tiny, tiny piece of a way bigger, way more exciting puzzle?
Because here's the thing, it's not just about rules, it's a training ground. It's the gym where you build the real-world skills that leaders, creators, and innovators use every single day. So, you ready? Let's get started with our first power-up.
Power-up number 1, the art of persuasion. This is all about making sure that when you speak, people actually listen. It's about getting your ideas out there and making a real impact on the world around you.
So, how do you actually do that? Well, it all starts with building a rock-solid argument, and this is your blueprint. You can't just rely on feelings. You need a clear stance. You need strong reasons, and this is the big one, you need actual facts to back yourself up. And that last one, step 5, addressing the other side, that's a pro move. It shows you've thought everything through and makes your own point almost bulletproof.
Now, what's really cool is you have this whole toolkit of persuasive language you can use. You've got emotive words. Saying something is amazing hits way harder than just saying it's good. You've got strong verbs, like saying we demand instead of we would like. And of course, you can use rhetorical questions and repetition to really make your point stick in people's heads. These are tiny tweaks, right? But they make a huge difference.
And trust me, this stuff is being used on us all the time. Just look at any ad, like this example from a YouTube gaming ad. The tone, super excited, high energy. The purpose? Well, that's easy. They want you to buy something. And the audience? It's aimed right at teen gamers. Once you start spotting these 3 things, tone, purpose, and audience, you can see the why behind pretty much any message that comes your way. So, let's build on that and move to our next power-up. It's time to learn how to decode any message. Think of it like becoming a detective for stories and all the media we see every day.
You know, pretty much every story you've ever loved, whether it's a movie or a book, follows this exact same roadmap, the story arc. You start with the exposition, where you meet everyone. Then the rising action builds up the tension. You hit the climax, the big turning point, and then deal with the aftermath in the falling action, all before you get to the resolution. Understanding this is like having a secret decoder ring for stories.
But here's the catch. Not every message out there is telling you a fun story. Sometimes, messages are built to manipulate you. And that's where propaganda comes in. The key thing to remember is that it's biased, maybe even misleading, and it's always pushing a specific agenda. And check this out. Here are 2 of the biggest techniques you'll see literally everywhere. You've got the bandwagon appeal. Join millions of happy users, which makes you feel like you'll be left out if you don't join in. Then there's the fear appeal. Don't be left behind, which uses anxiety to make you act fast. See how they're both aiming for your emotions, not your logic? So, how do you defend yourself against this stuff? What's your shield? It all comes down to this one simple, super powerful question. Anytime a message feels a little fishy, just ask yourself, who benefits if I believe this? Seriously, it's your ultimate critical thinking tool. Okay, power-up number 3. This one's a big one. Writing with impact. Think about it. When you speak, the words disappear. But when you write, your ideas become permanent. This is about making sure those permanent ideas are also powerful ones.
Let's get super practical for a second with a covering letter for a job. This structure isn't just a bunch of random rules. It's a proven formula that instantly tells the reader you're professional, you're organized, and you're taking this seriously. Each part has a very specific job to do.
And oh man, does tone matter. Just look at the difference here. I would like to apply. Sounds confident, polite, and ready for business. Hey, I want to join? That's great for a text message, but it's not going to land you the job. The words you choose completely shape how people see you. But hey, writing isn't all about being stiff and formal, right? To make your writing really pop, to make it creative and memorable, you've got these awesome literary devices. A simile, comparing something using like or as. A metaphor, which is a more direct comparison. Or personification, like saying the sun smiled. These are like the spices you add to a dish. They turn something bland into something vivid that paints a picture right in the reader's mind.
Okay, this brings us to the foundation, the bedrock for everything we've just talked about. It's time to master the code. Think of these not as boring rules, but as the engine that powers all your other communication skills.
First up,
Active versus passive voice. The cat chased the mouse. It's direct, it's punchy, it's strong. Now, the mouse was chased by the cat. See how it's just weaker? It's clunky? Sticking to the active voice makes your writing so much more dynamic and confident. And yeah, I know we gotta talk about the nitty-gritty grammar stuff. But getting these small things right makes a huge difference. This isn't about being a perfectionist, it's about being clear. Knowing the difference between your and your, or where that apostrophe goes for the dog's tail, are quick fixes that make your writing instantly look more polished and professional.
And boom. Just like that, your training is complete. You've powered up your skills in persuasion, in analysis, and in writing. Your voice, your words, they have real power.
I mean, just think about what we've gone over. You now have the fundamental tools to influence people, to see with clarity through all the noise out there, and to express your own ideas with creativity and real impact.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's simple. Your words have power, real actual power, and everything we just talked about, those are the keys to unlocking it. So the only question left is, how are you going to go use them?